Hi, Genki Call here with Invasion for the weekend of January 7th, 2022. Holy cow, it's 2022. Wow, that boggles my mind. Anyway, before we start, if you'd like to know more about the Invasion events and how it works, check out the link in the comments down below, and you'll get some extra info there. First off, let's head into the shop, and I have to show you the new weapon. The Gobsticker. Oh, you must have this weapon. Must, must, must. If you have 210 gems, you'll be able to buy up to the 3rd tier and get this new weapon. It's fantastic. You're going to explode a bunch of green gems, grant a random status effect to all goblin allies, and then summon a goblin troop. This is really powerful because the darned goblins are already overpowered as it is. Basically, Frost Mage and Elementalist are the only way to stop them. But the thing is about this weapon, it's good for us using it, just not to fight. But the only thing that's not keeping this from being more powerful than Norbert's Turnip is the fact that Norbert's Turnip has a guaranteed extra turn. This might give you an extra turn because when you have a bunch of things exploding, you tend to get an extra turn from the falling gems, creating a match 4. So it is possible, just not guaranteed, but it's a fantastic weapon. I highly recommend it. Part of that is because it's my favorite type of weapon, but it's also just a really awesome weapon. So let's head in here. And oops, I forgot to show you. First of all, any troop from Zaejin can be used in this event, and that means that any mythic from Zaejin is something that you could possibly get here in the shop. It's very rare, but it does happen. You could pull a mythic from the shop. Also, our siege breaker is the Toadsqueezer you see here, and the Toadsqueezer does damage to an enemy if they're a tower, which they will all be later on in the event. You'll do 3 to 5 times damage. And what it means by based on ascensions is that if he's at his base level of epic, he'll do 3 times this damage to towers. If he's legendary, he'll do 4 times this damage. And if you have mythic level like you see here, 5 times this damage to the towers. So it's really, really, really powerful to have it up to mythic level if you can. And also, besides that, he gets an extra turn because he's a goblin, and he's going to help you get mana by exploding gems, or he's going to enchant all other allies, making him incredibly incredibly useful just all around. So, generally speaking, when I put together teams for these kind of events, I put together quick teams. I want something that's going to do damage to all enemies. That is the most efficient way to do this. But if you want, you can skip the earlier teams that I've got here and just grab one that has Toadsqueezer on it because he's a really good troop. For the people that do not have legendaries, I've got quite a bit of information for you in the description below. I'm going to go over it now. So I'm assuming everyone has the Mountain Crusher. If you don't, I'm so sorry. Get your brown mana mastery up and you will get this weapon. So then we've got the Stringfiddler, who silences an enemy and explodes a bunch of gems of their mana color. And all of these guys are going to get an extra turn except for the hero. And he's going to create a leaf storm at the start of the battle. Very useful. We use green with Stringfiddler and Fundingus here. The Nobend brothers are not the best troop to put here simply because they're partially mana blocked by the Mountain Crusher. But you're going to get the extra turn and you're going to eliminate attack from all enemies or do damage to all enemies. This is what I'm hoping for, damage to all enemies, or explode a bunch of gems and get extra mana. And then we've got Fundingus, who blows things up and summons and gets an extra turn. So, Instead of Nobend Brothers, you can put Princess Fizzbang in here. She also has the ability to do damage to all enemies. And you could put the Nobend Brothers in the front of the team because they do have a chance to dodge skull damage. But let's go ahead and use this. I do want to point out that for the later levels, when you're higher up and they're all towers, Stringfiddler is not going to be the best choice. He will still blow things up, but he cannot silence a tower. They're invulnerable. You can't use any status effects on them at all. 0. So don't even try. Anyway, let's go in here. Let's try this out. As usual, I haven't tried any of these, but it shouldn't be a problem. And let's see. We'll go for actually red because I'll have this full next turn. Oh, whoops. No, I didn't. I was mistaken. All right, I'll just go ahead and use this. I'm not worried about silencing any of them right now, but Nobend Brothers hopefully will hit. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So both with the Nobend Brothers and Princess Fizzbang, I'm hoping that they're going to cast on all enemies for you to make it nice and fast. They may not, but if you don't have King Gob Truffle, they're going to be one of your best options. So now we'll try the same thing with Princess Fizzbang. And go in here. If you don't have Stringfiddler, try Fizzbang and Toadsqueezer. Just play around with it, and hopefully you'll come up with something that will work well for you. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just silence this guy just to get some mana for Fizzbang. Hope that she'll hit them. She didn't, so I'll just take some skulls, blow things up with Fundingus here, and more skulls. And we'll try her one more time. Nope. All right, well, you know, that is the risk that you have with these two troops. They are doing something to help your team. Just for these early levels, we really want to go quickly. That is my play style, not necessarily yours. So, also, for the higher levels, you may want to replace... Oh, wait. I haven't gotten to the higher levels yet. Huh! Let's do that. Manage, paste. So this is the next team for people that don't have legendaries. Cancel, paste. There we go. If you don't have legendaries, later on you're going to need Toadsqueezer on your team to work on those towers and actually stick them in the front. I am using Thief for all of these teams that I'm showing you. And that makes your hero from Zaejin, it makes you a goblin. It'll give you some bonuses. And if you're using Norbert's Turnip, it'll get you some extra mana. If you have Norbert's Turnip, that's going to be better than the Mountain Crusher. If you don't have Norbert's Turnip, you can get it next week because we're going to Zaejin next week. So it will be in the soulforge is what I'm saying. And also the new weapon, Gobsticker, will also work. You can always pop this in here instead of the Mountain Crusher if you have it. All of these are kind of interchangeable. You can use any of them. You can use Gobsticker, you can use Mountain Crusher, you can use Norbert's Turnip. Any of them are going to work in these teams. So I'm just going to stick with Mountain Crusher for the sake of those that don't have the gems to buy up to Gobsticker and those that don't have Norbert's Turnip. So we'll stick with this for now. It would be better to use those other weapons, one of the other weapons, however. And then, let's see. And you can put, what's his name? Nobend Brothers here as well, but he's going to be mana blocked completely from the red here and the brown here. So, anyway, let me see. What am I going to do? Sure, I'll just do that. We'll take some skulls. Blow things up. Kapow! Alright, Fizzbang. Oh, 42 points of a random skill to a random ally. I don't know who she gave it to. That's the thing about her, you never know. We'll take out that Valraven so it can't get away, blow things up. You can use either one of these. If you have Flaming Oni, even if you're low level, you could conceivably have it. And if you do, Flaming Oni is going to be a great replacement for Fundingus. Actually, if you have him, I just recommend using Fundingus. I mean, Flaming Oni instead of Fundingus. Celestial! Yay! That makes me happy. Alright, let's use this one more time, but this time I'm going to put the Gobsticker in there because it's fun. Gobsticker. The Norbert's Turnip creates green and red mana for your goblin team, and so that may be better, but I love blowing things up. I love the random status effect and the summons. It's all good. So I am using Thief class here. I'm going to change it simply because I have it maxed out. So when you see me changing the class, it's just because I already have these Thief maxed out. And I'm trying to level Necromancer right now. So, let's see. I'll do red. We'll blow things up. Kapow! Got an enchant off of it. Wah! No, I didn't. I got something. I don't remember. Okay, Toadsqueezer. We'll throw it out over here. And we got an explosion and the extra turn. I love it. Ah, he is the bestest as far as siege breakers go. He rocks it. All right, let's use this. Whee! Got blessed that time. And you see I didn't get the buff here. It's because I'm not using Thief, and so my hero is not a goblin. So we'll go ahead and do this. Get rid of that guy. Now, I also, of course, have teams for those with legendaries, and we're going to do that next. We have Edit, Manage, Paste. Stringfiddler. Remember, you can't silence a tower, but you can still blow things up. Norbert's Turnip. Damage, lots and lots of mana. Then we've got King Gob Truffle and Fundingus. I might just use Thief for this event and not worry about it. Anyway, King Gob Truffle from Amanithrax. If you don't have him yet and you have access to the underworld, head over to Amanithrax and throw some chaos shards in there and try to get King Gob Truffle. He is the legendary. He's awesome. He's a pain in the rear to fight, but he does damage to all enemies, and creates green and brown gems and gets that extra turn guaranteed unless he is frozen. And he also diseases. Where is it? He also diseases on match 4s. And disease means it halves the amount of mana that they get from their gem matches. And again, Fundingus. If you don't have Fundingus, just throw Stringfiddler down here and put your Toadsqueezer on, I would say. And if you don't have Norbert's Turnip, put in Mountain Crusher. You'll have plenty of mana from King Gob Truffle feeding the brown from his spell, so that will work, as will the Gobsticker. It's more efficient, though. You know how I am with efficiency and synergy. It's just something I enjoy. So we'll try this out. This should work really well. Everything here gets an extra turn, including my hero, because it's Norbert's Turnip, and if you have it maxed out, you get an extra turn afterwards. So want to make sure that the Valraven doesn't get any mana, and we'll do this. Get rid of him just in case, get an extra turn. I can't silence this, but I can still blow things up. I just wanted to show you that in action. And then we'll do that, and we didn't get any extra turn from a match 4, or there are no match 4s here, but we'll just blow things up again. And do it this way. There we go. All right. Next up, we're going to add Toadsqueezer into the mix. And we'll do that now. This is for later, the higher levels when you need it. You know, and actually you could probably just skip right to this team instead of using the Stringfiddler. It's up to you. He's going to get an extra turn. He's going to do tons of damage. So, and he's, you know, explode 4 gems and enchant all other allies. Might be better just to skip Stringfiddler altogether and throw the Toadsqueezer in here. Again, using Thief and Norbert's Turnip, you can replace those, no big deal. But we'll do this, and then I also want to point out later on, I'll talk about it while I'm doing the battle here. Later on, you're going to not have enough firepower to take out the towers just right away. And you'll need to replace Norbert's Turnip with Mang or Earth's Fury or Trickster Shot or even Rope Dart. Or if you're using Gobsticker, that could work too. But later on, you'll want to replace those to strip off the armor before you cast with Toadsqueezer. And that will help you one-shot the towers. Once you can no longer one-shot the towers, then you're going to want to add a second Toadsqueezer to your team. I would say probably just abandon Gob Truffle at that point. You'll still have a summons with Fundingus or Flaming Oni if you have them in case you need them. So let's blow things up, get this done. So I'm just going to stick with this team personally for a while. I may add Flaming Oni in here instead, but do one more battle here. And then I'll show you the weapons that I mentioned in case you're not familiar with them, because they are awesome weapons. So we'll do this. We'll take out the tower. No, we'll go ahead and do this. And done. Oh, I love a fast battle. Alright, let me show you the weapons now. And here we go. Mang is a weapon that everybody will get just from playing the game and getting their red and brown gem mastery up to a certain point. I don't have that exact level at the moment, but check your inventory. You may already have this. Eliminates all armor from an enemy, deals damage, and you gain attack equal to the armor eliminated. So if you're using Mang, you might want to do this, and you might not. But you're going to gain a ton of attack. So probably just leave it like this. If your Toadsqueezer goes down, you're going to have a ton of skull damage from Mang. Same thing with Earth's Fury. Now the nice thing about Earth's Fury, this is something that you can only get by crafting it when we are in Groshnak. It's going to do the same thing, eliminate all armor from an enemy, deal damage, and then it's going to give all allies attack, not boosted by the armor eliminated. And it's not as much because it's spread out across all of your allies, but it's still significant. So there is that. And then the other two things I mentioned, Rope Dart, you probably know what this is. Eliminate all armor for an enemy, deal damage, pull them to the first position, and it will entangle them as well if you have it fully leveled. And then the last one I mentioned is Trickster Shot. And Trickster Shot eliminates all armor from an enemy, deals damage. You gain magic boosted by the armor eliminated. And you will do an insane amount of spell damage with this weapon when you are stripping armor from those high level enemies. It's mind-boggling how much spell damage you will do. But it's just whichever way you want to take it, whether it's spell damage or skull damage that you want to boost, whether you choose. And also the colors involved. So, I mean, you can throw this in here. It would work just fine in this spot, except you would want to change your banner. And same thing with Earth's Fury and the other weapons as well. So Anyway, I hope this was hopeful. Please let me know if you have any questions. Just comment down below. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!